In today's video, I'm going to show you how I use Printful to sync as I go when fulfilling group orders. This is the third video in a 3-video series. And the first video, which I will leave linked down below, we went through the designing process. We picked a group niche for Christmas to design in. We picked cousin crew shirts. We then hit the market research and we created some designs. In the second video, which I'll also leave linked down below, we went through how I would set up a listing like this in Etsy. I walked you through the process of creating the 2 variations within that listing, one of those variations having all of your products and all of the sizes you're offering for each of those products. So we did adult t-shirts, youth t-shirts, toddler size, and baby bodysuits with sizes, all the sizes for each. In the second drop-down menu, we created all of the cousin phrases that we're allowing our customers to choose from for their t-shirts. And in today's video, we have an order that we are going to sync. I do like to fulfill orders like this with Printful because I do like to sync as I go. It helps me list faster, and not everything sells. Most things, in fact, don't. So this way I'm more focused on the time and energy with just those orders that are selling rather than trying to pre-sync things before they sell. So if you do want to give Printful a try with something like this, I will leave a link to them down below, and let's jump into it. Here we are on Etsy, and we're going to head over to our listings. So we have this order here. Just for the record, it has been up for a couple of days, maybe 2 days, maybe 3, since I did the last video and posted it. So it organically got 12 visits and 1 favorite in that time. And then I had my friend pop in to purchase a couple of shirts so that I would be able to do this example for you on video. And just to be clear, when you have friends purchase shirts from you, if you are, letting people know on Facebook or just letting people know, hey, I have an Etsy shop, I have heard of people running into issues where if someone lives in their house and they have the same IP address, you'd want to avoid that, because then it looks like you are purchasing from yourself, and you're not allowed to do that to help, gain favor in the algorithm. So that's a no-no. You don't want to do that. So I did have a friend pop in and purchase 3 shirts so that we could go do this together. Now, again, I did make this shop originally to be a shop that I would make tutorials in, but now I'm kind of throwing some things in here that would help Etsy sellers. So these are some fonts. If you want one of these fonts, just make sure you go down into the description. I'll drop a coupon code there so that you could get a better deal than if you just were to pop into the shop. So now that I have this sale, it's 3 sales because she purchased 3 shirts in her order. We know that we're able to go over, and you can see that over here in the orders tab, right? And see your orders. Here's my order. The other orders that I've had come through the shop don't show up here because they're digital orders. So they go right to completed. And that's where I'd have to find, those orders. But we're doing our shirt order today. So that's over here. Now we're going to go over to Printful. And this is what you'll probably see when you open your Printful screen. We're going to go over here to the orders tab. And then we'll see our order. Now, in the last video in this series, I showed you how to set your shop up in your settings to make sure that this order will pop in like this. If you get an order in your Etsy shop and you don't see it in your orders tab, then that means you probably don't have the setting correct, or perhaps it just hasn't had time to push over yet. If it doesn't push over within a couple of hours, then you could reach out to chat with Printful to ask for their assistance, and they can help refresh and get that order coming in. But just as a quick reminder, it is worth noting here, you're going to want to go to Settings, Stores, and then in that drop-down menu under Stores, you're going to want to go to Orders. Here where it says Order Import Settings, I like to have mine on manually confirm imported orders. And then I like to sync as I go with these group listings. You're going to wind up with a great many variations. If you've got in one drop down menu, let's say 18 phrases for your customer to choose from. And then in your other drop-down menu, let's say you have 15 sizes. 15 sizes times 18 phrases is 270 variations. So that would be a beast to go through and sync everything. So I like to sync as I go. So if that order starts to sell, then I go in and sync what has sold so far. You'll find that certain sizes and certain phrases will sell much better than others. As a listing gets going, it will become more and more automated for you as you sync certain sizes with certain phrases from your group listing. So I like to have import unsynced orders checked off. The only way you could check that one off is if this is also checked, import existing products. So you have to have that first, and you can find out more about exactly what those settings are doing if you want to read more about it in this tab. But I have that clicked and then import unsynced orders clicked. If I didn't do that, then this order that I just received would not have pushed through. And it does take a little while for it to push through after the order happens on the Etsy side. But if I didn't have all of those settings set up, then this would not be here. Now, if you're watching this video after you've already gotten your first order and you didn't have those settings set up, that's okay. You might want to try this to get your order to push in before you get on a chat with them if you don't feel like, getting on a chat right away. If you go to stores, view your store, and that's what they would have you try first if you do connect with them. Here I am. You can actually see I am connected and I do have those settings set up. So this is my product that's already been imported in, even though it's not synced up. And I have my refresh data button here. So if you had set everything, if you did not set those settings up prior to getting your order and you didn't have yourself connected with Printful with those settings set up to sync as you go, then you can come in here, stores, open your store, and you can refresh data. So you might try that first, and this can take a little while, but this will often be the thing that helps pull that order in if you've gone in to set those settings up I just showed you after the fact, after you've gotten an order. Doing that just now for myself has actually pushed over all of the things that I've used in the shop for other tutorials. So this was already there, but none of these other things had been pushed over. So refreshing that pushed all that in. Now we can go over to orders. So back in our orders tab, we've got our unsynced order here. I'm going to open this. Now, none of the things that are ordered are synced. I would have the same indicator. Even if some of the items were ordered, it would still say not synced. And when you open it, you would have some of your synced items would be on top and the unsynced ones would be on the bottom. Here you can see each of these is not synced. So we're going to go into complete order. It says here 3 items are discontinued. That's just like by default what it says. Please switch to comparable products. It's not that anything is discontinued that we're using. It's just that these aren't synced. So I want to draw your attention to the order. The SEO is all right here. And then I see the variation they chose is unisex T medium, which is what I wrote in the drop-down menu. They selected that from one drop-down menu. And custom, I wrote that in the second drop-down menu, and that's what they chose there. So I could see that they need a unisex T medium custom. I am not going to sync this one. If I did, then every single time, let's go back over to the order. This one is personalized with the word bully. So it's going to say the bully cousin. Now, if I were to sync that, every time someone in the future purchased a medium t-shirt with a custom word, it would be synced to the bully cousin, which is not what we want, right? They're going to be choosing something else, most definitely, right? So we do not want this to be synced. Anytime we get a custom order, we want it to come over as an unsynced order so that we have a chance to come in. We're going to ignore it. and it just glitched, which it does that randomly sometimes, not too often. So notice that instead of ignoring the custom, it ignored the one underneath it. So that one's gone now, which is okay. We're going to add it. So maybe this is a good thing that this just happened when I was trying to make this tutorial. Every once in a while, there's a glitch, and that happens. So now I can't sync the other one. So I'm going to come back and ignore this in a second. Hopefully, it's not going to give me a big hard time. I will come back. Again, we're not going to sync this one. We have to get rid of it. So I will have to press ignore again, but I'm afraid it's going to lose this one. And I wanted to show you how to sync it. So this one is Unisex T Medium Bougie. So I'm going to go into sync product with this one. You could add your favorites right here. I haven't done that just yet, I don't think, on this platform. Oh, I did. Okay. So in this Etsy shop. So I have this Gildan Tea is what I'm going to use for this. To mark something as your favorite, you just heart it, and then it's saved there for you for quick access. And you can look right up here if you forget what you're syncing. This one is, and this one is also glitching on me. So once you open an order and you know how I clicked ignore and it deleted the one under it, a lot of times those orders just, they start glitching. And so that's exactly what's happening here, because I know that I clicked into the bougie one, but this is saying it's the drunk one. And this is where you can just double check to make sure you're syncing the right thing. If I continue to sync this, it might sync incorrectly. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pop out. I'm going to press this X. I'm going to pop out. It says bougie here, and this order is just a problem at this point, which isn't a big deal. We could just add products, add another product. I'm actually going to try that first. I'm going to put our custom order in, the bully one. I'm going to do that over here. I'm going to add product. I'm going to show you how I do that, and then I'm going to go back into that one and see if it's still glitching on me, because I just grabbed this. It's here at the bottom. The custom one, because it's custom and I'm not syncing it to anything, I have no information up here. I'm just going to review from my Etsy tab. I'm doing a medium t-shirt bully. If you had a drop down that said color, then it would also say color. You only get 2 drop down menus though. So mine are on black, so I know it's black. So I'm going to do medium bully. So I'm going to do medium. This is black. You could just hover to make sure. This is navy, dark heather gray, sport gray, and white. So medium. I've already dropped the file right in here. Usually my custom ones, I just drop them right in here, not in a folder to be saved where I can find them easily later. They're just kind of strewed around in there. Kind of put this where I want it. I like to fill up the entire space, which it already has. And then I placed it right there. I feel like sometimes I'll use up the entire space of the design and I'll go all the way from the bottom to the top. You can also do this to see where you're at. But because this design doesn't go all the way from the bottom to the top, I think I'm going to pull it right about here. I'm going to continue. Okay, so we've got the medium. It's not synced to anything because it just says Gildan 64,000 soft style t-shirt. I'm going to now go into this one and see if I can sync it. I was in bougie and now it says bougie. So this is where you just double check medium T bougie. I can click product right here because I need my sizes. And so I click product and I can see here if I needed to change the size, I can. I want to sync this to a medium and I want it on black and I want it to be the bougie design. So I'm going to go here. I can grab it here, but let me show you where I saved it. I created a Christmas folder and we've got our blank cousin. And now I can find bougie. I just dropped them all in here. Whenever I get an order from a listing like that, I just drop all of my pre-made designs in here. So I'm ready because I'm ready for that to start selling regularly. Now we've got it. If you're nervous and you just want to double check, medium, medium, bougie, bougie. I used to check a gazillion times, but now, I trust the process. So this one is synced. Again, we don't want to sync this one. And we still have one more shirt from the order because it glitched on us. And when I deleted the custom one, it actually deleted the drunk one. So fingers crossed this doesn't glitch again. ignore. Hopefully it ignores this one and doesn't erase one of the others we just put together. It didn't. Okay. So if that happens to you and you get a glitch, then you can just go and add a product again. I'm going to go in here. I think it's medium. And it's drunk. Medium, drunk. Medium, we're in a black tea. I'm going to go into the Christmas folder again. And we're going to do the drunk cousin right here. Okay. Kind of keep it in the right spot. We could double check if we want medium. Remember, if we were syncing it, it would say it up here for me to double check, but it's not getting synced because we added a product instead. Because of the glitch, that one got deleted. It doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen. I got annoyed when it first happened because I'm trying to do a tutorial, but maybe it's a better thing because if you run into that issue, now you know how to fix it. Okay, now that this is, you could double check your order if you're nervous. You know, I know here this is medium bougie, medium, and I see it's bougie. So the only thing I'm syncing is this one because it's the only one with SEO on it. This one, I added a product, bully, medium. Drunk, medium. And I could double check with my order if I'm nervous about that. Drunk, medium. Bougie, medium. Now I'm ready to continue to shipping. Okay, let's click out of that. Now I'm going to continue to review and pay. If you have not set up your credit card with this yet, then you'll need to do that, which I had not done that. And so I'll just go ahead and add this in real quick. I'm going to save the billing method and pay securely now. And now we've got our order waiting for fulfillment. You can make changes to this order up until it goes into fulfillment, and the bar will go green when that happens. I'm going to go in. You could double check it if you want. And since you are watching a tutorial on group listings, I know it can be nerve-wracking when you are fulfilling an order and then someone will reach out to you and say, hey, we need our shirts by such and such a day. This usually works out for me. So if they need a more specific window than the one that I have posted in my shop, I will put the order through. I'll let them know that I'll get back to them and cancel it for them if we can't do it. And I'll look at the estimated delivery. I would say more than 9 out of 10 times that it gets there within this estimated delivery window. This is not guaranteed though. So if you do tell your customer you'll get it to them within this time frame, I would refund my customer if it didn't get there in time. So just keep that in mind that if you go with this estimated delivery window to close that deal, if it doesn't get there in time, Printful is not going to reimburse you. This is estimated, not guaranteed. So that'd be like a chance you'd be taking, which I do take that chance, and it usually works out for me. So it's rare that I have to refund someone because it doesn't get there within this estimated delivery window. You could go down here and change the order. If you need to change the order, you can come in. Let's say they message you and they're like, oh my goodness, we need a different size for the bully cousin. You could go in and edit and change the size. Or, oh my gosh, we need a different phrase, or the bougie cousin would rather be the whatever cousin instead. You can go in and edit that one and change the design that's on it. You don't have to cancel the order to make a change. You can just go in and make those changes. I'm going to go back out and back into the order. If someone reaches out, let's say they left a note and, down here at the bottom, they left a note or they left a message and they said, hey, Shawna, can you do back print for us or something like this? And let's say you need to touch base with them about that before putting their order through. You can also put your order on hold and leave yourself a note. This way, Etsy or Printful will not put the order through. It's going to go over here. You'll be able to find it because hopefully you'll soon have a sea of orders down here, not just one little lonely order. And you'll actually be able to go find it in this tab right here on hold. And then you'll be able to go in and make the corrections that they want or the changes. You can cancel it if you need to. That's right here, cancel order, or make a change, or you can go into see holds and you can remove the hold. I am going to leave this one on hold for a bit. Now let's say you put the order together, but you did accidentally sync that custom one, or you just made a mistake during the syncing process. So once you have pushed that last button and you're back in the order when you are syncing that item, you don't have to push the whole order through. Once you have attached the design file to the shirt and then are back in your order and ready to sync the next item, you're synced. You've synced it. So if you made a mistake at that time, you need to go back and unsync it. So I'm going to show you how to unsync something if you made a mistake. We're going to go into our stores. We're going to view store. And then we'll see all of our items here from our shop. At some point, if you have a lot of items, you can always, this is the tab all. If I just go to the ones that are synced, I'll have fewer to look here. And then at some point, if you have a whole bunch of listings that are synced, you can go search. You could put the first part of your SEO. So in this case, I would want to go get Christmas Cousins shirt. I'd go check my order, Christmas Cousins shirt, and then I would put that in here. But this one's easy to find. So we'll go ahead and edit this. You can see there's 285 variations. One of them is synced. We synced the medium bougie. And then when we get in here, all of these are unsynced, right? We can go like this. If we did make a mistake, we could unsync it right here. So now this is unsynced for me. Alternatively, you could decide to pre-sync things this way if you wanted to. You could just choose your products. I do find this time consuming. I do not do this. But if you wanted to, you could. Medium, bougie. Now this one is synced. I have the option to sync it, apply to all and sync, which we definitely do not want to do that. Everything in here is not a medium bougie cousin. But if I wanted to go in and sync something, pre-sync something, that would be the way to do it. If you'd like to know how I would set up my group listings with Printify, I'll leave this video here for you. But of course, not until after that tip from Tucker. Tucker, take it away.